Hello and welcome to your practice worksheet. Today we're going to be going over problems 1, 2, 5, and 7. At this point you should have watched Mr. Pruner's video on the notes and should have your notes. I would suggest having them in front of you. I would also suggest having an extra piece of paper to do your work on because this sheet doesn't have a lot of room for you to take notes. So let's get started with question number 1. Mr. Swanson has C students in his math class. One day, he picks up 5 new students. Write an expression for the new number of students in the class. Now, first we're going to look at what the problem is asking us. This problem is asking us to write an expression for the new number of students in the class. Now, I need some information to know that, right? So over here on the side, the things I need to know are the number of current students and the number of new students in the class. Let's look back at the problem. Mr. Swanson has C students, so that means the current number of students is an unknown number, which we represent with C. The new students he picks up is 5, here we find in the problem. Now that I know my two different pieces of information, I can find that the new number of students must be C plus 5. And there you go. That's your algebraic expression. So go ahead and plug that in where it says algebraic expression. Let's look at the next part of the problem. There are 27 students in the class. How many students are in the class now? Well, now I have some new information. The number of current students is no longer C, but I know that it's 27. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that C that I have there and put in the number 27. You can also change it over here in your notes and make it 27 plus 5. So below there, where we have algebraic expression, numerical expression, and answer, we have all our parts. Our algebraic expression is C plus 5. Oops, I put a 27 there. Let's erase that and replace it with C. Okay, perfect. Now our numerical expression is 27 plus 5, and we know that that answer is 32. So, let's move on to question number 2. I'm only going to do a little bit of this, and you can finish it up. Pratap has 6 times as many coins in his coins collection as Yoshiko. Yoshiko has Y coins. Write an expression for the number of coins Pratap has. So here I'm looking to write an expression for the number of coins Pratap has. So I need to know how many coins Pratap has and Yoshiko. I find in the problem that Yoshiko has Y coins, so I'm going to plug it in here. Now if I look back at my problem, it says that Pratap has 6 times. 6 is my number, and times usually represents multiplication, right? So I know that Pratap has 6 times as many coins in his coin collection as Yoshiko. So I'm going to write 6 times Y, or 6Y. That is my algebraic expression, so go ahead and plug that in there. The next part of the problem tells us that Yoshiko has 47 coins in his coin collections. How many coins does Pratap have? Now it's your turn. You can plug in 47 where your Y is, and go ahead and finish up the problem. Let's move to question number 5. The number of students in the 8th grade class is 2/3 of the number of students in the 7th grade class. Write an expression for the number of students in 8th grade. We're working on this problem together because it has a fraction and they can sometimes be confusing. I'm trying to write an expression for the number of students in 8th grade, and you can pick your own variable. I'm going to choose S because S is the first letter in the word students. I know that the number of students in 7th grade is a number I'm not sure about, so that's where I'm going to put S because that's my variable number. The problem tells me that 8th grade class is 2/3 of the number of students. Of is a word in math that usually represents multiplication, so I can put 2/3 times S. That's my algebraic expression. Go ahead and read the next part of the problem and plug in your algebraic expression, numerical expression, and answer. You can do it. Let's do number 7 together. I be tossing through 16 more water balloons than the quotient of the number that I am throwing through, N6. I am throwing through B balloons. Write an expression for the number of balloons I be tossing through. Wow, this is a little bit confusing. Let's look at it more closely. We need an expression for the number of balloons I be tossing through. Now let's look at the problem for some math phrases. 6 more, quotient, and 6. That's a lot of things. But here is something that helps us. I am throwing through B balloons. Perfect. We know the number of balls I am through is B. 16 more usually represents plus 6. And quotient, we know, is the answer for a division problem. So it says the quotient of the number that I am throwing through and 6. So B divided by 6 will give us a quotient. And then we add 16. That's our algebraic expression. I know it's a little confusing, but if we break it down, it doesn't seem so bad. Good luck finishing up your worksheet.